everybody. Hey, I got my fuzzy buddy here with me. I thought I might need some help with this episode of Extraction 2, okay? And he's going to be my co-pilot for this, well, at least the first part of this episode, okay? We got a little tugboat here. And Extraction 2, gonna have action, guns, bullets. He loves all of those things. So, let's get on with the show.
In a world where the number of movies available is great, but many are so bad, you'll learn a new definition of hate. One man sifts and reviews through the movie sludge. One man will be the movie cop, jury, and judge. He goes by many names, but you know him by Movies Merica.
Hey there, my movie maniacs, my fellow freedom-fueled film fanatics. Come on in to this latest episode of Movies Merica. And we are going to be going over the Netflix movie Extraction 2 with Chris Hemsworth. Yes. So you're definitely going to want to come on in, relax, kick your feet up, ease your mind, okay? And hey, while you're here anyway, go ahead and hit the subscribe or follow button down there real quick. And the like button real quick, okay? And then hit that notification bell down there if you would, all right? And so, you know what? As I always do, I like to just kind of give a brief synopsis of the movie. Just to, jump off from there, okay? It's a good jumping
Let's go, on board, let's go.
off point for the rest of the episode, all right? And so in this, just like in the first Extraction movie, Chris Hemsworth plays like this black ops merc named Tyler Rake, okay? And in the first Extraction movie, he was tasked with rescuing the son of a gangster in Bangladesh, I believe. A lot of people wanted to see him dead, I believe. The kid, that is. And Tyler Rake for rescuing the kid, right? Well, in this one, he is tasked with rescuing a mother and her two kids, okay? So another rescue mission, but soaked in cool, mind-blowing stunts, action, explosions, and whatnot in this. And that's pretty much the plot of the movie right there. But it doesn't need to be a complicated plot, okay? Because it's just got so many things that are going to make your eyes pop out of your head, okay? And so, so join me, your humble host, Van Ebert, for the rest of this episode, okay? And we'll get right into Extraction 2. Chris Hemsworth in this movie is a serious guy that his Thor character should be by now in all the Marvel Thor movies. No smirk-soaked goofiness for him in this movie. Nope, not at all. Anybody for whom common sense is a complete enigma, who also comes with a side of massive bitterness, would call his character a toxic cisgender white male. To those of us with common sense, we'd call him a badass man of action who you want on your side. He's driven by the mission, and at least subconsciously by need to constantly try to make up for leaving his dying son behind. He needs to get the people he's rescuing from point A to point B to safety. And if you get in his way, he'll drop you like a mic at a rap battle, okay? He just doesn't care. You're simply an obstacle to his objective. In this movie, he's got a mother and her two kids to get to safety. It's your ass if you get in his way. Now, this show is spoiler-free, but the show this Thursday night called Movies Merica Spoiler Warning will not be, okay? I am going to spoil you rotten when it comes to Extraction 2. I am going to be revealing all kinds of spoilery Extraction 2 tips and bits or tidbits or however you would say that, okay? And if you've seen Extraction 2 or if you just don't care if it gets spoiled for you, definitely join me on Movies Merica Spoiler Warning this Thursday night. and that is going to be at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, and that is 6 Central and 5 Mountain Time, all right? And that just gives you the opportunity to talk in depth or ask questions about Extraction 2, if you want to get real detailed and that kind of thing. If you don't want to just have some, very brief passing conversation about the movie, do you like to talk very detailed and in-depth about movies? Well, come on over to Movies Merica. Spoiler warning, okay? That's our bag, baby. Yeah, that's what we do up in there. And so all you got to do is wait for Thursday, and you're going to see the links on my Twitter page under @MoviesMerica. And you'll see the links to click on to join the Movies Merica Spoiler Warning Show, all right? Or on Thursday, you could search for Movies Merica on Rumble and on YouTube, okay? And Rumble, it'll take you right to Movies Merica. Good to go, okay? Because Rumble knows what the hell they're doing, okay? They're not the idiots that YouTube is. The reason I call YouTube idiots is because when you type in Movies Merica, it tries to search for Movies America. Nope. You'll have to look for this little link, this little hyperlink underneath where you typed in Movies Merica, where it says, search instead for Movies Merica. Click that, and YouTube will actually do what you originally wanted it to do, which is search for Movies Merica, okay? And so, as I'm talking about Extraction 2 in that episode this Thursday night, you can live chat with me, you can ask me questions, you could make comments, that kind of thing. You'll be able to live chat with me, and if you live chat from YouTube, I can put your comment on the screen if you want. But yeah, so we can have a back and forth, have some engagement, okay? Because I don't want to just talk to myself. That's pretty psychotic, okay? But yeah, definitely I want to see you there at Movies Merica. Spoiler warning, this Thursday night, okay? Be there. The stunts in this Netflix movie are jaw-droppingly gnarly, okay? Every stunt, from the fighting to getting launched into walls by explosions to vehicles taking out other vehicles to the gunplay to helicopter incursions, is expertly done and filmed. The fighting is split-second, intense, and hardcore, okay? Let's just say that Tyler Rake uses treadmills and weight machines in fights in punishing ways not found in the instruction manual, okay? These stunt teams aren't just doing this stuff so it looks cool in the moment wherever they are. They do it, and they make sure it gets into the camera in the coolest ways possible so it looks bombastic and badass to everyone watching this movie. Otherwise, what's the point? They also use former Air Force pararescue guys who are used to rescuing people from everywhere, from tops of mountains to on the ocean rescues. And they use those for certain stunts, like the helicopter stunts, because as you would imagine, Air Force pararescue guys spend an awful lot of time in choppers, okay? Now, Joe Russo, the writer of the Russo Brothers that did the Marvel Avengers movies and that kind of thing. So Joe Russo, he's the writer, and then Sam Hargrave, the director. They make sure that the action is all framed by a plot and characters that you actually care about, and that actually, and have a plot that actually makes sense, okay? That is the last crucial ingredient in this stunt-heavy super souffle that earns a 5-star rating from the critics. When it comes to Netflix, thank God for every 20 red notices, The Gray Man's, 6 Underground, we get 1 Extraction and 1 Extraction 2. So Netflix's typical mantra is just throw a boatload of cash at a project for big stars and big actions and stunts, and the mindless peasants will gobble it up because, they likes it when stuff blows up and things go boom, right? The main difference main difference for me between the Extraction movies and the rest of that cash-soaked dreck is Extraction knows it wants to be one thing, and it does that one thing very, very well. It's a stunt-heavy action movie, okay? It knows that's what it wants to be, and it does it fantastically, period, full stop, end of story. Those other movies, they just try to be 37 other things, and it sucks at all of them. if they'd laser focus in on being like one or two things and then do those one or two things very well, they'd have a lot more hits on their hands and less movies that people look at with the same amount of respect that they give your average Hallmark Channel movie. I know. I just don't stop asking you to subscribe or follow this channel, okay? And then also like this video. Hit that like button right down there if you would. It takes, a millisecond to do it. So just hit that like button or the thumbs up, whatever you have right there. And then also hit that notification bell there, because what that's going to do is it's going to make sure that you get a notification when a brand new, fresh, piping hot, sizzling episode of Movies Merica is ready, especially for you, okay? Nobody else, just for you, okay? And then also get down in those comments down below this episode if you would, okay? I welcome you to get down there and put some comments or questions or whatever. If you have any tips for me, or you have as far as what you think I could do better or what you would like, maybe a movie you want me to review, by all means, put that down in the comments, okay? And then also go to tdpn.locals.com. TDPN as in Till Death Podcast Network. And if you go to tdpn.locals.com, you're going to see all our great content out there, like videos and articles and blogs, all about entertainment, movies, drink recipes, cocktails, cocktail recipes, that kind of thing, politics, hot button issues, that kind of thing. And you're going to get all of that presented to you in this like mind-blowing, fantastical way that you're not going to see anywhere else, okay? We don't want to just churn out stuff you're going to see everywhere else. No, what's the point of that? We want to give it to you in a unique package, okay? And again, that's on tdpn.locals.com. And if you go there right now and you put in promo code TDPN, you're going to get 1 free month. Pretty handy, huh? Yeah, definitely, all right? So, yeah, do yourself a favor, go there, and then even after that 1 month, it's only like $3 a month minimum. That's cheap, very cheap, okay? That's like a trip to Arby's, okay? Or, well, maybe one big roast beef sandwich at Arby's. There we go, okay? Got to get it right, all right? But, yeah, hey, let's get on with this show. I thought that the simulated one-shot or everything in one take, or oneer as they call it, in the very first Extraction movie where Tyler is fighting baddies left and right was incredibly cool. Now, that one was only 12 minutes long, but in Extraction 2, it has a oneer that starts in a prison that lasts for 21 minutes and has 400 extras. Now, I like it how they start this oneer very nonchalantly with Tyler retrieving a mother and her kids in a prison, and then at that point, it's on. The action gets frenetic and kinetic for 21 straight minutes. Now, it's not really an actual oneer in that it's all done in one take. It's not that at all. It's simulated to look like one take, but with several cuts, very subtle cuts, interspersed within. It's similar to the oneer done in the movie 1917, where in that movie, the selling point of that movie was that the whole movie was supposed to be like a one take, a oneer, okay? But even in 1917, there was a couple of cuts at least in that movie. Now, like I mentioned before, this oneer takes place in a prison. It starts out in a prison. Then it goes to multiple vehicles and a chase. Then it goes through a factory. And then finally, it ends up on a train complete with helicopters carrying Georgian gangsters with big guns and murderous intent. That intro don't lie. It's brew review time, and thank God, because I am thirsty, okay? And as you know, this is where movie reviews meet ice cold brews. And this episode's ice cold brew is uno momento. We've got Samuel Smith's Organic Chocolate Stout for you in this Extraction 2 episode of Movies Merica, okay? And this comes to us from Yorkshire, England. Yes, from across the pond. They've been over there for quite a few centuries. They know how to brew some beer over there by now, okay? Matter of fact, this beer is brewed with well water out of a well that actually was created back in the 18th century, okay? And then that well actually sunk back in, I believe, like 1765, something like that. There's still, or 1865, something like that, years back, okay? A long time ago, this well sunk. But they still retrieve the water from the well, and it's like 85 feet deep, and they brew this beer with that well water, okay? And it uses organic chocolate malt and organic cocoa beans because we're all about organic and sustainability around here, okay? Yeah, that's all right. We like woodland raised chickens as well, okay? But this beer's got 5% alcohol by volume, so it's better than your Bud Light, your Tranny Fluid, your Tranheiser-Busch. Just another reason not to buy that crap, okay? But instead, get yourself some Samuel Smith's Organic Chocolate Stout, okay? And this isn't like the most obscure beer. You probably could find this around your area, unless you live out in Mayberry with Aunt B and, Andy Taylor and all that stuff, okay? And if you have no idea who I'm talking about, chances are you're probably under 40 years old, okay? Andy Griffith Show, everybody, okay? All right, so hey, instead of me yapping about this, I'm going to take a drink. Of course. Sweet Jesus. All right. Hey, you know what? That's been Brew Review time. The supporting characters in Extraction 2 are solid as well. We briefly see Idris Elba playing a mysterious recruiter named Alcott, and he's sort of like Kurt Russell's Mr. Nobody character from the Fast and Furious movies. Now, this reunites Hemsworth and Elba after they were in multiple Thor movies together. And then we have Golshifteh Farahani playing Nick, who is more, she's a capable merc herself, okay? She handles business with her fist and her guns. And then also when Tyler yells to her to get to the roof, take their wings during a skyscraper battle, she shows that she also flies a mean helicopter. And then also her character's brother in the movie called Yaz, who's played by Adam Bessa, he provides some comic relief in this, but he's a merc too. So if you piss him off, you'll die laughing.
Wow.
Him and Tyler have a playful comic busting each other's nuts type of relationship. And then we have Olga Kurilenko, who plays Mia. And Mia is Tyler's ex-wife and the mother to their deceased son. And Olga Kurilenko, she plays Mia and exudes very, very well like the pain of a mournful mother and a regretful ex-wife, regretful over how her and Tyler's marriage ended. I'm going to try to pronounce his name. It's Tinatin Dalakishvili. She plays Ketavan, the wife of a brutal Georgian gangster who is rescued from this Georgian gangster by Tyler, along with her two kids. He rescues her and then her two kids as well. And you feel for Ketavan because she's in an abusive relationship. However, her son Sandro is one of the negatives in this movie. He's like a teenage boy, obviously. And he is just 100% annoying in this movie. And that might be because they just wrote his character to be 100% annoying. Teenagers. Now, this movie and the first one is loosely based on a graphic novel called Ciudad, written by the Russo brothers and Andre Park. Now, one of the Russo brothers, Joe Russo, actually wrote the screenplay for both movies. And the Russo brothers, of course, worked with Hemsworth on multiple Marvel movies. And in this one, Hemsworth gets to be more hardcore and less cartoonish than he was as Thor. Now, as far as the marketing of this movie, they do have some interesting billboards that show you that being hardcore must have made Chris Hemsworth sweat a lot. if you do believe those fascinating Extraction 2 billboards that they actually put up in L.A. and New York, and those billboards actually have a tagline, "Action so intense, our billboards sweat." And they have that on there because these billboards actually, they simulate Hemsworth sweating on them, okay? And the way they do it is they like use laser.
Fire the laser!
Just to cut holes into these big billboards for Extraction 2. And then they have water tubes behind the billboards, and it feeds water through these little laser cut holes to simulate Hemsworth sweating on this billboard. And they have it low enough where people can walk up to the billboard and like just wipe the sweat off of the billboard. So I just think that's a hilarious, ingenious, very different way to use billboards to market this movie. And you can, of course, find videos of these billboards on Al Gore's worldwide interweb. You can find them online. Now, another point I'll make about this movie is Netflix needs to get Extraction 2 out into theaters, okay, not just on Netflix. And it's a crime not to have a big budget, big spectacle action movie like this on the biggest screens possible.
You blew it!
Now, if they marketed it the right way, they could put this on IMAX screens. They could. I mean, it's obvious, okay? And it'll be obvious when you watch the movie, okay? Now, Netflix, don't make the same mistake with Extraction 3. Get that in theaters. All right, everybody. Hey, let me do you a solid for doing me the pleasure of watching this video. And I'm going to tell you about Nature Clear Recovery Powder to do you a solid, okay? Now, what is Nature Clear Recovery Powder, and what does it help you recover from? Well, the whole point of it is to prevent you from getting a hangover, okay? If you're like me, you like to have a good time, you like to go out there, and sometimes you have a great time, okay, which involves a little boozy booze. Nature Clear Recovery Powder is going to be your best friend. It's going to be your bestie. It's going to be your BFF, okay? And what it is you just take these little Nature Clear packets, okay? And before you go out there and party it up, all you do is put this in like 12 ounces of water or like a bottle of water, okay? And mix it up, and you just take it before you go out there when you're going and partying and clubbing and whatever you're doing, okay? Sitting on a beer patio, whatever, okay? And so, yeah, you just take this before you go out, okay? You don't have to worry about a hangover afterwards, okay? You can live up the nightlife all you want, okay? And now, if you happen to be out there and you're like 27 tequila shots in, you know, or, you know, you're drinking, you know, Cosmos, you're 27 into those. Well, and you realize, oh, my God, I forgot to take my Nature Clear Recovery Powder. Have no fear. Just take it afterwards, okay? Just drunk crawl out of your Uber and up to your pantry in your house and just grab your Nature Clear, take it then, and you'll be good to go, okay? And it also helps you recover from smoking and vaping, okay? And so by this point, I'm sure you're asking, how do I get this terrific product there, Van? Well, I will tell you. You just click on that link in the description down below, the Nature Clear link, and it'll take you to the website. You just pick out what Nature Clear products you want, get them in the cart. Now, while you're there, make sure in the promo code field you enter in the promo code MOVIES, okay? And you're going to get up to 25% off your next order, okay? So, didn't I tell you I was going to do you a solid? So get some of this, all right? Because the drunk night that you save could be your own. The bad guys in Extraction 2 are murderous Georgian gangsters Zurab and David Radiani. Now, they grew up in blood and violence, point blank, and like the movie says, they are born into war, raised in it. They basically turned to crime to survive there in Georgia, the country of Georgia. And then they ended up founding and running the Nagazi, a Georgian paramilitary and crime outfit that inspires cult-like devotion from its members. Essentially, it's $1 billion drug empire, and they essentially run the country of Georgia. Now, the members of the Nagazi, they claim that they're acting on behalf of God while clearly breaking nearly every commandment God handed down, okay? Now, the Zurab character, he is intriguingly sinister and committed, and he sort of reminded me of Sean Bean's Sean Miller character from way back in 1992. Sean Bean's Sean Miller character from Patriot Games. Remember, with Harrison Ford playing Jack Ryan, and Sean Miller was like the IRA guy that kept going after Harrison Ford in Patriot Games. Now in this movie, we also get, that guy, actor Daniel Bernhardt, in this as part of Zurab's Nagazi goon squad. And Bernhardt is in a lot of Keanu Reeves movies, okay? He was in the very first John Wick movie, and I think his big movie break was way back in The Matrix Reloaded as one of the agents. And now back as far as the Nagazi goes, this movie portrays them as a very, very capable killing force, well, until they run into Tyler Rake. All right, everybody. Hey, it wouldn't be a day that ends in Y if I didn't ask you again to follow or subscribe to this channel, okay? And then also hit that like button down there to like this video if you would, okay? Both those things take like a millisecond to do. Just click on those real quick while you're thinking about it right now, okay? Just click, 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 clickety, clickety, click. They're calling to you. Click it, okay? And then also, while you're down there anyway, you might as well hit the notification bell if you haven't already. And what that notification bell is going to do is it's going to send you a notification whenever there's a brand new, fresh, piping hot, sizzling new episode of Movies Merica, especially for you, okay? And then also get down in that comments section again, okay? Get down there and throw some questions, some comments, some tips you have for me to improve the show, or, you know, if you like something about the show, let me know, that kind of thing, okay? And then, again, we have our tdpn.locals.com website, and we would love to see you go there and check out our excellent content. And, again, if you put in promo code TDPN there, you're going to get going to get 1 month free at tdpn.locals.com. All right, let's not waste any time. On with the show. Well, as we wrap up this episode of Movies Merica, as you've seen before, I'm going to rip off the late, great Jerry Springer's concept of having a final thought at the end of this episode, all right? And you may be asking, hey, Van, why did you review a Netflix movie this week? Well, quite simply because there wasn't any new movies in the theaters that I thought anybody would be interested in me reviewing, okay? All you had was like Jennifer Lawrence, the self-proclaimed cinematic feminist pioneer. Didn't you know she was the very first female action star? Nobody had ever gone to a movie with a female playing an action lead ever before until Jennifer Lawrence was in the Hunger Games. I know, mind-blowing. I know exactly. How did we not know that automatically, right? And then also we had like the most overrated person with the last name Anderson since Lonnie came out with a movie. Wes Anderson came out with Asteroid City. Okay, no one's gonna want to see a review of Asteroid City. Okay, so in conclusion about Extraction 2 from Netflix, I would definitely check it out. Okay, obviously if you have Netflix, boom, just click a couple buttons and boom, Extraction 2 is going to be on. Now, if you haven't seen Extraction 1, obviously watch Extraction 1, okay? These movies are both just mind-blowingly good, okay? They're just, the action and the stunts are just extraordinary, okay? Very, very cool. Netflix very rarely gets it right, but these are a couple of instances where they got it right, okay? All right, hey, everybody, with that, as always, get out there, people. Those movies, they're not going to watch themselves. See ya.
Hey guys, don't leave the video quite yet. Okay, I've got a popo. They're coming after me, and I don't have much time to tell you, but you need to like and subscribe this video right here, down below. It's right down there. It's just waiting. It's waiting for you down there, okay? And make sure you watch these videos over here too. You'll be doing me a big favor. I'm gonna be in handcuffs pretty soon. All right. Thanks for watching.